What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hey. Let's get a little groove on. Let's start that Wednesday night. Hey. Welcome to The Vision is Possible. Hi, everyone. How are you? I am so very glad to see you tonight. Hello there, Instagram. Hello there, YouTube. I almost got you Insta in there together. Hello there, Facebook. I'm so glad to see you all. Instagram, just so you know, for those of you who are just coming in for the first time, my camera's right here shooting what we're doing tonight. So I don't want to keep moving back to wave at you, but know that I'm waving at you with my heart. And know that I'm sending love to all of you. How are you? I am so glad you are here. We are going to have another beautiful, exciting show, introducing you to another member of the Beyond the Gates family. And you know, before we start, because of what's going on in the world, I must say that though we are having this show about making our visions possible, joy, love, light that we are doing, let's also say some prayers, and if you're Buddhist like I am, to chant for our country, for our soldiers, for our world, for those on the other side of the ocean, because we don't want to be at war with anyone. We want to talk, communicate. So as we are here in this hour or hour and a half or so, let us make sure that we send light and love out. All right? Terrific. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Well, I've had a great week. And as you can see, I'm back here in Atlanta, recurring on Beyond the Gates. I started saying The Vision is Possible. As Dr. Monica McCormick, you guys got to check it out. And in order for Dr. Monica McCormick to be all she is, you met my hair extravaganza, wonderful head of hair department a couple of weeks ago. She is wonderful. And tonight, you are going to meet the woman who makes all of us look baby gorgeous. I don't care what kind of bags we walk in with in the morning or how we are feeling. Miss Stevie makes sure that we look beautiful and that we feel good. And she speaks to all of our spirits to make sure that we are leveling before we step on that set. No, I'm not going to tell you any more about Miss Stevie. No, I'm not, because if you've been here before, you know the way I like to introduce my guests. So let me introduce to you Miss Stevie Y. Miss Stevie. Hi, beautiful.
Hi, how are
Welcome.
you?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the Vision is Possible. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you. Did you know you were that fat?
No, I just try to just be who I'm gonna be.
I know that's right, Steve. I'm so glad to have you here. So, before we get, as we get into it, tell me where do you come from? Where do you hail from? How did this all happen?
Uh, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I came to Atlanta, I want to say in '93, going to high school. And I've been here for like over 30 something years. And so I always wanted to do hair and makeup. So I started off as a licensed cosmetologist, and I got an opportunity to um, get a chance at doing some makeup. So I worked at MAC, and then I got introduced to the television world, and I was just like, this
How'd
is
that
where I'm
happen?
supposed to be.
How'd you get introduced?
I started so I started working at Mac, and then working with one of my coworkers. She worked at CNN, and she was like, "You would be really good um, at CNN." And I was like television makeup? She was like, "Yeah, but you have to have a license." So since I was a licensed cosmetologist, I was like, "Okay, well." So I auditioned, got the job, worked there for a couple of years, and I was just like, "Oh yeah." I believe this is where I'm supposed to be.
Mhm.
So I started working there. I don't know, maybe for about 9, 10 years, got an opportunity to work on the Monique Show, um, which
Ah,
was a talk show. And then I said, yeah, no, I know this is where I'm supposed to be. So I quit my job. 401k, benefits. And over 16 years later, here I am.
wow, that is awesome. That's so awesome. So did you were you a little kid who liked to play in makeup? Did you know that was it? Did
No, I was a tomboy. I didn't want anything to do with makeup, ironically. I
really?
used to see my mom get dressed up, like put her makeup on, and I was like, I'm never putting that stuff on. Like, and then now here we are. She thinks it's so funny, that I have a career in doing, hair and makeup. And she was like, I remember the little girl that didn't want anything to do with it. And like, ironically, here we are. Like, I wear more makeup than she does.
How did you make that bridge? How did that happen that you found yourself that you or that you took yourself to cosmetology school?
Well, I did it in high school. And so they had a program for like seniors for you to go off campus and take a vocation. And so I was like, I want to do hair. Like I always wanted to do hair. And so I did that. And then you are able to earn, like credits. And so after I graduated, from high school, I wanted to do hair. But my mom was like, no, you need something to fall back on because I know you might get bored. What do you see yourself doing besides hair? And I said, oh, I feel like I can be an anchor. So I wanted to go to school to be like a journalist. And so, I earned my degree in, mass communications journalism. But when I found out that they wasn't making a lot of money, you had to move to a smaller town. And I said, could I see myself like anchoring the news and it's a hostage situation? No, I'm running with them. So like I don't want to do that. So it was just like I did that, went to school for that, but then I went back to hair and I finished up and I started working in a hair salon for years.
But how makeup? Okay, but you're not doing our hair.
So no, so I found out about getting in production and you had to choose one. You couldn't do both.
Mhm.
So my when my brother got uh drafted into the league, his philosophy was going to a smaller school and he had a better chance at getting picked. So I kind of used that philosophy. Atlanta was the mecca for hair. So I felt like I would have a better opportunity with makeup. So I chose makeup.
Wow. Well, and look what's happened from that. That is so interesting because the one thing about the show, we talk about the vision is possible. It's not a straight line, and it
Mm-mm.
may not be what you first think it's going to be. But as long as you stay the
Mm-hmm.
course, right? Do you find that as long as you stay the course? And matter of fact, that's what you talked about. That's what I
Yes.
those sayings.
Staying the course is like whatever you want to do and you put your mind to it, like as long as you keep your focus on it, like it doesn't matter what appears, it doesn't matter what you face. If you stay the course, you know that you're on the right path. It's when you start, rearing outside of the path where you could lose sight of where you're going. So as long as you know where you're going, it doesn't matter what you're faced with, you know you're in the right direction.
So you've got no's, right? You've gotten
Who
told.
hasn't?
How
Yes.
did you survive those no's? What kept you going?
I feel like those no's were a lot of times God's protection as to not yet, not right now. Not that you're not good enough, but everything is about timing. So I felt like those no's were not yet. And so I will always tell myself, not yet, keep going. Um, it's what I love to do. It's something that I would do without getting paid for. So as long as I loved what I was doing and I genuinely love what I do, it didn't matter, how many no's or how many yeses that I got. I was still doing what I love to do.
Hmm. I like what you had written that I put in the video about if you rely upon, basically, I'm paraphrasing, if you're going to rely upon somebody telling you you're good enough or praising you,
Hmm.
you will, you, you need to stay the
If you
course.
live by the praises of man, you'll die by their criticism.
Right, right. What does that,
Hmm.
what, I know what that means, but can you expand on that?
If that is what you're striving for, the likes, the praises, from people, do know those same people will turn around and criticize what you do if you make mistakes. So it is, you can't go by that. You have to know that what you're doing feels right to you, and that you are doing it for a purpose. And it doesn't matter how many yeses, like how many no's, if people like my makeup, if people don't like my makeup, like I gave 110%. So that's all that matters.
Mm. So it's about making yourself happy, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And you've been doing this for 13 years?
Ooh, over 13 years.
Over 13 years?
Hmm.
As a professional
I
or
would
as
say,
a business?
well, for makeup, I would say maybe like a little over 20 years, but in production, I would say maybe like 16, 17 years.
Mm, mm, I love it. And you have now you're working on Beyond the Gates.
Oh, beyond the gates.
I'll tell you, Stevie, when I first sat in your chair, you made me feel so comfortable. You made me feel like I was home. You made me feel like I was at your house getting my makeup done. And any nerves I had on that first day, they didn't even bother to appear.
Yay, I love that. It's about an experience.
Mm,
Anybody can do makeup, but in the world of people doing what you do, what makes you stand out? Like what? It's like any restaurant. It's many restaurants. It's many grocery stores. It's many coffee shops. But it's something about those particular ones that you go back to, even though you've passed by so many choices. So it's about you walking away feeling a certain type of way, or if the coffee tastes good, you'll travel just to go get that experience. And so I kind of model that around like my craft and the experience of how I want to make somebody feel. Like when they sit in my chair, I want them to be able to come back. I want it to feel like it's personable, like we're having a conversation. So if you feel good, you look good, you feel good.
that's so true. And the title of our episode is "You Are the Common Denominator." With that. What and
Hmm.
I got that from something you had written. I got off of your Instagram page. What are you saying when you say that?
Like you are what's needed for the equation
Mm,
to complete the problem, to solve the problem. You're what's needed in all of that.
hmm. You know what it spoke to me too is this is where I went with it. If you are having issues in your life and you keep having the same issues, what is the common
It's you.
denominator? Oh, it's you. It's you. That's
It's
what.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. You need to clean you up so that
Yeah.
you
I
can.
mean, that it's so multifaceted. Like it can pertain
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm,
whatever it is that you want it to pertain to. Like I'm what's needed for the equation for being the Gates. You know what I'm saying? Like I was what is needed, or if something that is going wrong and it's repetitive, then it's probably not that, it's probably you. So just it can mean anything, but just know that it circles back to you.
to you. It surely does. You know, I know that I have been told no, and I felt that that was something where okay, I love the thought that maybe I'm not ready because I also think it's okay. What if I got to do that? I can get my yes. What if I? What,
Hmm.
it's up to me to create the yes, and maybe I really should not be in that job.
Hmm.
Sometimes I'm protected. You're protected from not getting that job. But there are so many people who end up hearing, and there are so many people who end up hearing no, and then they go, "Oh, they didn't like me, and I'm going to give up." We cannot give up, right? We have to stay the course,
No,
as you say, right?
no. Well, I mean, you do, but it's also about perspective. Like they didn't give you the gift. Like, so they can't take it away. So,
Ooh.
like, so I might not be for you. Like, I don't want to be for everybody. Like, you are meant to be who you're meant to be for. Like, you are where you're supposed to be. Like, everybody doesn't like raspberry tea. That doesn't mean that they don't like tea. It just means that they just didn't like that particular thing. But are you going to stop being who you are because they didn't like it?
Ooh,
No.
come on. Come on, that
Mm-mm.
is so true. And there's so many people who lose out in life. They
They
become
do.
they become something else. They miss out in the opportunities, even in love. Well, it didn't work out with him, her, or them. But there is
Hmm.
somebody out there. For every pot, there is a top.
Absolutely. But that's what goes back to the whole praises and the criticism. So a lot of times people in life morph into what they feel like people want them to or don't want them to. So really you've given people the power over you to create who they want to see in you, and that's not how it's supposed to be. And so I think it's important to stay true to who you are, and it's okay that I might not be for you. It's okay that you might not like my makeup style. It's okay that you might not like my style, like, or how I do things. But that does not mean that it's wrong.
Oh, that is such good advice. That is so true. Because too many people are trying to will turn themselves into a pretzel to try and fit into whatever box they think you are thinking you should be. Let me ask you this:
Hmm.
if you and I'm sure you have in the past, but when you run into someone who's trying to find trying to fit into a mold, trying to find themselves, what is that you say to them? I know you just said something, but what else that you might say to them?
If they're trying to fit into a mold, they're trying to be something, I'm gonna ask them, does it feel comfortable?
Mm.
Like, that it's like trying to squeeze yourself in some Spanx that you might need a little bigger size, or like it don't fit. So it doesn't feel comfortable. So maybe I need to adjust and pivot to what makes me feel comfortable, which I will perform at my highest level.
Mm. Mm. I love
Nobody wants to walk around, wearing something that's so tight you can't breathe. Like it,
Mhm.
it's not gonna feel good at all.
It's so true, and it doesn't matter what age you are, and
No,
and it's never too late to learn who
no.
you
It's never,
are.
every day is a new day.
Mm.
Uh, it's what pivot means. You pivot. You like this doesn't work. Let me find something else. Like okay, I got knocked down. Let's get back up. I've had a lot of no's, and I've had some yeses. Like I give you an example with the movie Respect. That was a movie attributed to an icon.
Mhm.
And who am I? I didn't have any accolades. It was a big movie. They wanted big names. They wanted, like, the hair department head had an Emmy, and he was like, I want to work with Stevie. We work well together. And they're like, I didn't find this out till later. But they were like, okay, well, we're going to try her. But if it doesn't work out, we're going to go in a different direction. So they pretty much were nervous. And I kind of got micromanaged a little bit, but my whole philosophy was, God, if you sent me here and you gave me that yes, I'm gonna walk in the door like you sent for me, and you did. And uh, the director was Lisa Tommy, like was like, no, like this is what she says that this is what I want. She's giving me what I want. She stood 10 toes behind me. And, at the end, they were like, we're a fan of your work. But if I was pressured by the intimidation or comparing myself to, I don't know what they were comparing me to, but I knew that this was like my one shot. And I was like, I'm going to go in here and prove to you that, sometimes there are diamonds in the rough. Sometimes you can find some valuable coins underneath the couch.
And it is about how you
And
walk into the situation, right?
right. And then, we end up being in the contending for an Oscar. So it was like I felt like this was my opportunity to be an example for the underdogs. It's not like a good underdog.
I love it. I love it. When I got the blessing of being on Beyond the Gates and I got cast,
Hmm.
the first thing I thought was, oh, I hope they like me. I hope they like me. And then I went, wait a minute, no. I want to come and bring what they are missing. I
Hmm.
want to be a blessing to them. I want to bring all of me to the situation, and there be a hole they may not even know that needs to be filled, that they go, that's what we were missing.
Hmm.
In
Absolutely.
Right, instead of, because I find that when I was in that space of, oh, I hope they like me, I'm coming in nervous because I'm looking to see what you think about me,
Hmm.
as opposed to, I'm just going to bring all of me and give all of my love to you, and then let's see where it goes. And it's been a wonderful experience. I think that
And
is,
you did that.
yes, thank you. And I think that is what really helps us be stronger when we walk in there. Like you said, you're bringing all of you.
Absolutely. Like they called you.
Mhm.
So that means if they called you, they wanted you. Out of all the people that could have played that role, they called you. So you had what they felt like was missing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's for all of us, no matter if y'all are in the entertainment business or whatever you're doing, wherever you're going. It can change in a moment. And I really think things can change in a moment as long as you change your mind, change the way you're thinking about something, so you can walk in the door. Even with your job you walk in the door with a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things, right? And it changes everything.
Absolutely. And I feel like, how they say that, like we were 1 degree of separation, what, 6 degrees separation?
About
Like you
six.
never know who knows who. When you came in, you found out that we had a mutual friend. And
I
you live in
know.
California and I live in Atlanta, you know? So I was like, oh my God. Like, so you just never know. And you never know, like, what people are going through. I never know what people are going through when they sit in my chair,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want them to think about what they're going through. I want them to get up out of the chair feeling good, you know, feeling confident, feeling beautiful, um, and change the dynamics of whatever it is that they had, the anxiety of coming in and leaving out different than the way that they came. So if that's the only thing that I achieved, even if it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
great makeup, it was a difference.
Because we are human and we have a relationship with each other in everything that we do. And I think that's the difference. I can eat somebody can be a great cook, but if they don't put love into it and they're so busy looking at the recipe that they're, oof, I could be with someone who doesn't cook as well, but it's the love that they put into it. It's the love that they put into their day and their moment and their relationship with you that makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
You know, there are some other things you do. You're not only a great makeup artist, but Miss Stevie is an entrepreneur, and
With the name Smart, period. So Smart is my name. So it's my first initial, my middle initial, and half of my last name. So
oh,
it's kind of like that's how the name came about. So it's Smart. So it's kind of like the Y silent you hear, but it sounds like smart. So that's how you say it. And these were birthed out of love, well, out of a need first with Smart Butter, Smart Cosmetics. Um, my children had eczema, and didn't make it go away. And in terms, I came up with Smart Butter, and my dad was like, "I don't think you should keep this for yourself." And I was like, "What do you mean, like sell it?" Like it was I never intended to sell this at all. And it was like for everybody. He was like, "Well, I gotta tell you something." And me and my dad are a lot alike, so like we keep it real. Like if you're gonna ask us a question, it's gonna be honest and it's gonna be from the heart. He said, he said, "I like the way it feels, but as a black man in Atlanta, I don't want to smell like chocolate." I said, because it was made with the cacao butter, so it smelled like chocolate. And I was like, so I gotta go back to the drawing board. So I had to find a host butter, so I ended up using shea butter. And I was like, oh, all these products you can use all over your body, hair, like your hair, your face, and they worked. And so then I just started, trying them out on, you know, testing it out. And I met this young lady when I was working on a TV show. I was day playing. And it was in August and she had on long sleeves. And I was like, "You're not gonna be hot?" And she was like, "Well, I have eczema." So, and I was like, "Oh, it just so happened, what are the odds?" I had the prototype and I was like, "Oh, I made this for my kids, like they have eczema." And so she tried it and she was like, "Oh my God, it feels so good." She was like, "Can I have it?" And I let her have it, and I never saw her to this day. And I
wow.
was like, if she liked it, I never seen anybody's skin that had eczema to that level. And for her to say that it felt so good and she wanted to keep it, I felt like then that was part two of me having something on my hands. So just kept going, and here we are.
And how did it got rid of your kids' eczema?
Yes.
Wow. I love
Like,
the product. I love it.
thank you.
As a matter of fact, it's a funny story that we'll get back to, but I was Oh no, it wasn't the cream. It was her your soap. It was your body. It was your soap.
Oh,
But
the lather. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
lather. Okay, so the lather. So let me go back again and just show you out of town, and I have brought the bottle with me. And we're there like 4 days, and on the third day I walk into the bathroom. He's taking a shower, and he is reaching for my lather to use it. And I said, no, 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 no. That's mine. That's mine.
We're like, no.
He was like that
It's
Dion
so
Cole
funny.
commercial. I said, "That's mine." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you can use." I gave him something else. You can use this, but that's for me. So
That's hilarious.
and so
Well, it's not, it's funny because out of all the comments that I get, every time somebody buys it, they're always talking about how their spouses or how their loved ones steal their products. And so when people buy it, I'm like, hey, just be aware that once somebody else get a hold to it, like it's no
baby,
longer going to be yours.
baby. And now I've calmed down. I'm like, I can get more. So when I get home, I'm going to share. And then I'm going to introduce him to the cream. Now the cream I may have to just when I leave town, I'm going to have to hide it because I know when I come back it'll be an
You're
empty
gonna,
jar and I'll be like, bruh.
yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think so. There's a brother right here, Maurice, because he's like, I love all those products and
Oh, he
his
does.
makeup.
He does. He
It's
does.
and I get a lot of products from people, and your scrub. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, your scrub is fantastic.
That's
Uh,
my, I would have to say, like, I love the butter, but the scrub is, it's my favorite.
really, is it?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, the scrub is.
Because it's hard to find a scrub that you can use on your face and your body.
It is.
That's universal and that doesn't dry your skin out. So if you use the scrub, you don't have to put any lotion or product on or butter.
Mm. And what I
Hmm.
loved about your what I find sometimes with shea butter, I love shea butter, but sometimes
Hmm.
it's oily and
Hmm.
yours is I see the moisture rising it's
Hmm.
doing to my skin, but it's not oily and it's lush. I got to show you guys this picture again. And it's just fantastic. And you've also
It took
done I'm sorry, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
it took me 2 years to formulate smart butter. 2 years to get the formulation right so it wouldn't be oily, so like it wouldn't be gritty and that the moisture would last, all day. So it is definitely a science to it. And all the ingredients, they're not cheap ingredients, guys. They're very expensive, but just so that it is, affordable to everybody and economical, like even with all the tariffs, like um I just feel like it's something that's needed and we use it on the show. The actors
Mhm.
love it. Like we gotta take care of the skin. We gotta take it's so much makeup, it's it's so much makeup that we use consistently. We, shoot fast. We shoot 3 to 4 episodes a day. It's so many people. It's changes. Oh my God. It's yeah. So we got to keep the skincare intact.
Yeah, that's so wonderful that you do that. And having this, I'll tell you guys, I have it, and I love this. I love the butter. I love the soap, which is what I'm not calling it right. What would you call it as opposed to soap?
It's a lather,
The
like
lather, lather, okay. The lather I
hmm.
love, and you don't need much. Oh, this is what I wanted to remember to say. So when I got Stevie's products and I used them, and then after I got to know her a little bit better, I said to her, are you gonna put this in stores? Because this was my concern. And I don't know if you guys
Uh,
find this or not, but you fall in love with some products and they're wonderful. and then they start mass producing, and then the quality is diluted.
Hmm.
And you said to me, you're not going to do that.
No. Because I do, I find that, once people love things and they start off kind of like exclusive, and they're small or your boutique products, like those products are made with love. And I feel like when you start mass producing them, like everybody wants to get a return on their investment. So it's kind of like now we gotta find the cheaper products so that everybody can make a return and on what they've invested in, and it just loses the quality, it loses the love, it loses what you were standing for in the beginning and why you made it. And me and my mom talk about that all the time. She was like, are you gonna sell it? Like I say, if I did mass produce it or that opportunity presented itself, like I definitely still would have to have creative control.
Mm-hmm. That would be wonderful.
Hmm.
And I do think there would be a way for you to mass produce. It would be investors who knew the price point's going to
Hmm.
be a little different, so we can keep it
Hmm.
where we want to keep it.
Absolutely.
The love, and this is
I mean, my name is on it, so it's like I don't want you to water down my name. We can't do
that's right.
that. Mm-mm.
We can't do that. And then now I got to ask you about this because I told so Stevie offered me her red lipstick the other day, and I brought the red lipstick with me, and I said yes. And then I also want to buy a flesh tone lipstick. She's great, so I left. Didn't get it. It's all good, I forgive her for not looking after me. So I expect I'm gonna get it when I come in on Friday, Stevie. I'll be there on Friday. So,
Yes,
so
yes,
but what's so funny is I reached for my red lipstick that I brought with me, and it is gone. And I'm like, well, my red lipstick must have known that Stevie offered me some red lipstick, and it
yeah.
left.
It said, "No, girl, that's not it, girl.
It
We
said,
don't. We
let me
gonna
know.
hide because we know you're gonna replace us. So
That's
we'll do you the honors. We'll leave. We'll leave before you get rid of us."
doing coming up with this.
Listen. So it's kind of like a long story, but I'll make it short. So an opportunity presented itself where it was, hey, like we're looking for products, for, the show. And it was like because I was a smaller business, the concern was that it wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to get marketed to the clients that probably would want to buy it if it was uh in mass, which is not true. But however, so it was like what I got an aha moment where it was like God was like, you don't really need them. Like I gave you all the tools that you need. I gave you the connections that you needed. So now roll back the tape, roll back the connections, and then start making some phone calls. And so I did it. And I was like, I'm going to make something that I can use that lasts all day, vibrant, it's not cakey, not chalky, and I don't have to worry about chasing it. There's nothing like continuity and chasing the lip color. And
Mm.
so I came up with Smart Looks, and it is the official lip color for Beyond the Gates now. It was a year in the making of trying to get the consistency right, and you know, uh where it lasts all day, like it doesn't feel like, oh my God, like can we take this off and start over? And the color payoff, that I wanted. And I'm a mixer by nature. Like I'm gonna mix something together. I can't help it. And I like that the consistency of it. You can custom your own color if you want. I mean, I certainly do that for some of the colors. So when people are like, "Do you know what color that is on the episode?" And I'm like, I don't even know what episode you
Because
guys
you
are on
mix
because we're
lipstick.
so far ahead. Yes. So now, coming out, everybody doesn't love a match, and I get it. So, soon, like we do have the gloss now. And the gloss is you
Oh,
can put it on top of the mat and it doesn't lose the integrity of the mat. It doesn't make it come off. Yeah,
really? That's
yeah,
great. Because
yeah.
sometimes I put gloss on and I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
the bright gloss,
Mm-hmm.
but the lipstick is
Mm-hmm.
diluted.
And now your lipstick moves.
Mm.
And so what I love about Smart Looks is hearing props say and said that Stevie, I don't know what this lipstick color is, but thank you because I don't have to reset these cups and glasses because it doesn't transfer.
What do you mean, doesn't
So
off on the cups or
no,
really?
no. Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, are
That made
you?
me happy. I was like, yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
See, you can't tell me
Uh-huh.
nothing. You can't
It's
tell
what
me.
it's things that you don't think about.
Right.
So it's like I've helped somebody else solve their problem of not having to wash dishes when we rap where they got all these lipstick stains on them. And
Mm.
so even when they're kissing in a scene, it doesn't come off. And I have to go run in and reset and reset. So these are some of the things that I was thinking about when I came up with this lipstick. Not it just being another lipstick, but how does it help me and how does it help my process?
You know what I love about that? You said an opportunity came up, and what I thought of was you are going back to you're on this journey in your life. You end up all of these things end up connecting, and now you're on beyond the gates, and you're in a position where these opportunities come up because you have shown up. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's very important for people to know. You don't have to do everything all at once. It's step by
Mm-mm.
step, and you don't even have to be the cause of something to happen in terms of that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And then your lipstick
Absolutely.
line ends up coming up, and that's such a beautiful lesson without you even realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, like the saying is, if you fulfill a need, like you'll never have to work another day in your life. So it is whatever it is that you're good at, or the gifts and things that you have, how does it help somebody else? Because everything that was given to you is not about you. It's about somebody else. So the gifts and the talents, makeup, everything cosmetology wise, it is to help build somebody up and see themselves in a different way that they haven't seen themselves. And everybody's not able to do that because everybody doesn't have that gift. So it's like, what are you gifted at that helps someone else?
mm, I love that, honey. There's so many pearls of wisdom, so much. So when are you going to get into makeup? Are you thinking of expanding your makeup
Oh,
part,
Miss Sayona,
baby?
that's a whole nother process. I was just like, I don't even know. Like, I would have never thought that I would have even come up with anything makeup wise, even though I do makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's kind of like one of those things. There's so much makeup out here. It's just like I say, in a world of everything,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing. Yeah, like what makes you stand out in this? So, I mean, it's about timing. I don't know, maybe that might come later, but I don't know. Right now, we gotta focus. We gotta take one step at a time. I don't want to
That
jump
works
in the pool,
because
and
it's a busy pool, isn't it? It's full of
it's
a
a
lot of
busy
things.
pool. Yes.
But I will tell you just what you had said earlier about you moved from hair. to makeup because you saw there were
Hmm.
so many people doing hair. I have not found a lipstick brand that I love till I found yours. I
Yay!
keep jumping around. Ladies, you know that's right. You keep jumping around, and I'm a big mixer, and I can see mixing those lipsticks. Do you have also so we can liners as well? Or you have lipstick?
So what
Okay.
I have is usually without throughout the color line.
Uh-huh.
You'll usually have, so what I have on right now is called Wifey and Boss Vibes. So Boss Vibes is your darker red. So I use that as a liner and then I use the lighter red
Mm,
as the middle. So you don't have to because if you have on a matte lipstick and you have on a liner, like your liner is gonna come off, but your lipstick isn't. So it's
uh-huh.
like why? I'm a multi-purpose person as you can see. So it's like how can I get like two out of one, three out of one. Like, and so that's just pretty much like kind of like my niche, you know. So I'll have the dark brown, use that as a liner in whatever color I want. But
Mm.
I do have this color called mixed feelings, which is white and you can use it to custom color whatever color that you want. Like if you have a red and you want to turn it into a pink, you're like, oh, I don't have a pink. So you have the white, oh, I have the pink and you want something lighter. Or there's a nude color coming out. It's called naked. So we got some colors coming out for the spring
Oh,
and
love that.
like it's I want people to have fun with it because you can custom color your own lip color.
Well, I will say I would agree with that because whenever I put a liner on, I see the liner, and I don't want to
See?
see the liner, and then I don't know if it's an hour or two, the liner's gone.
Exactly.
So a lot of times I have used just by accident. I did not know how smart I was, but I would take
See?
lipstick and then
No pun
no
intended.
pun intended. And then put, oh baby, we could use that. Don't know how smart I was. And then put that
Listen,
on, and then I'm like, oh, that works. Putting that red around that one, that works, and adds a little something. I'm a lipstick mixer. I love to.
if it's not smart, don't start. Don't
That's
do it.
if it's not so, ooh, we can go so many places
We
with
can we
that.
can go so many places.
Yeah, I love it.
Like we can do a contest. Like, what's your best smart tagline?
That's right. That's right. And with that, you will win two smart lipsticks.
Listen, hey.
Hey, there you go, honey. Something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love, and you're also a mentor. So you
Oh,
speak to
yes.
a lot of people. Can you
I'm
tell
not Jamaican, but I feel like I'm Jamaican because I got
baby?
a lot of
Listen.
stuff going on. Listen.
I think it's I actually think when people used to tell me you're acting like a Jamaican. I said I know, and then just in this moment when you said that, I'm like, it's a black thing. We
It's the
are
black thing.
multi
Be faceted.
creative. Yes, we are. So it's. I remember when I was growing up in the industry, it was dancer, singer, actress, and now it's writer, producer, poet, actress, podcaster, blah 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 blah, and makeup artist, the lipstick maker.
So we gotta say all of that. We just call you mogul. That's
That's right.
that's what
We are mogulicious, honey.
mogulations.
So tell me about what you are doing as a mentor. How have you found your way with that and sharing with others what your knowledge is?
Listen, I love to help other people. I love to give people information that I wasn't given or I
Mhm,
wish I was given.
mhm.
So when I took my daughter to SCAD for like the whole early acceptance, the admissions lady was like, well, the housing, I would say housing
For college.
director, yeah, for college was like, Do you have any questions? And so I'm always big on tell me something that I should know that people don't tell you.
Mhm.
And so that's always been my thing to help people with things that they should know that people don't tell you. And so with that, I found just working in this business, like when I was working as a key under a department head or day plan, there are things that I wish that I had that if somebody would have told me, I felt like I would have it would have equipped me better. So those are the things that I try to help other makeup artists with or people in the business with, um, by telling them things that people don't necessarily tell you or want to tell you that you should know, but that they expect you to know.
Mhm.
And so I came up with this mentorship program. And everybody says that, they want to mentor, they want to help people. But like I have this 90-day mentorship program that is not easy. Like I take you through everything that you probably would go through in the industry. You have to do the assignments so that way that I can see where you are. And then that's the way how I know where to help you and play upon your strengths and your weaknesses.
I love that 90 days. How
Hmm
long have you been doing
Because
this?
I'm for a couple years. So it says it takes 90 days to break a habit. So
Mm,
it is me taking 90 days to either help you form great habits or undo bad habits.
mm, I love that. And is this something you do online? Is this a personal thing you do? Is how
It's a
does it?
hybrid, so it's online and in person.
Okay. And do you do this every 3 months? Do you start a new one? Do you do it 90 days only once a year?
Well, I did it a couple of times, but then Beyond the Gates came, and Beyond the Gates is like no other show I've ever done in my life. So, I do plan on having the next session in the summertime.
That sounds great. Because and 90 and Beyond the Gates is like no other show because you said you did 20 people before 12 o'clock today.
Oh my God, like that is wild. So we have 40 cast, main cast, and we're now up to probably 400 total.
I think I'm
Um,
59 or something like that, or 354, something like that. Yeah.
So you heard it here first, people. She's like 354, you know? So it is a lot. This is like glam makeup, you know? This
Mm,
is us seeing ourselves as wealthy. So it is making sure that everybody looks great, you know?
mm.
And it goes so fast. And so my first person in my chair was at like 6:20. And I probably was finishing up my fifth lady, not the total people that I did, at probably like a little before 11.
At 4
Yeah, it's pretty
11.
intense.
Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
full glam makeup. It really
I
is.
don't even know how we get it done, but we managed to get it done. Like it is, I think this is the boot camp of all boot camps for me.
I bet. And
Hmm
I think the reason why, because I hear you guys all, even Hair talks about, I don't know how we get it done, but we do. And I feel like it's because of the love and the joy and the camaraderie with the team and
We
making,
do. We have a good time.
yeah, you do, oh, honey,
We
the
do.
music is playing,
We
the
have a
folks are
good we have a
talking.
good time. It's a good time at Beyond the Gates. But that's what you want. Like you want to if you walk away from, Beyond the Gates and you go on another show in another hair and makeup room, you're gonna be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
So that is what we like to model after. Like we want it to be like, yeah, no, I'm used to doing this, or like I don't, yeah, this is. You want to come back? It's like they say it's like the locker room. Like everybody wants to come and hang out in the locker room. You
Well,
know, it's like a black family reunion.
yes, it is. And the other thing is, I've never, now, it might be because it's just when I'm there, but still, I've never felt a rush or tension. I've been in so many makeup rooms where I feel the tension. I feel the rush, 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 rush to go, go, go. And I have found in my life, if I rush, 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 I get less done. If I just stay focused on what I need to do and stay on that path, I'll get it done. That's what I feel like you guys do. It's a well oiled machine of how
Thank
that you
you.
all work together and
Now we
respect
get
each other.
rushed. You just don't feel
Oh, I
it.
know we don't. I know you guys do. I
We
know
like
you
this. Like, no, no, we're shielding them from it.
do. We feel very, very shielded from it. You have several affiliations too that
Yes,
I notice here. Black Women Film Network, 100 Girls of Code, Southern Soul Radio, Music and Film, NARS Masterclass, Smart Mentorship Program we just talked about, Television Academy. Can you, where,
I told you it's a lot. I don't even know where I have the time. Like, and I have a whole family.
yes, you do. Yeah, you got a whole family, two children, a husband, right?
Yeah, I got a whole family, and like I said, I don't even know how I get it done, but um, 100 Black Girls like of code are these young girls that I've had an opportunity to go in and teach them how to do makeup. And so it's like a whole like class where I do a demonstration and like they follow along, whether it's on each other or on the face charts that we have, and just really talking them through where it's not about wearing a lot. It's about emphasizing your inner beauty because everybody's beautiful, but makeup is only to enhance, it's not to change, you know? And I think we've gotten away from that because we've let society determine what beauty looks like or what you should and shouldn't have. And I feel like being a part of maybe being in the industry and giving these girls like firsthand of being like, no, it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. They see somebody that looks like them that's doing what they, possibly would want to do one day, and that's where the influence, that's where it starts.
I love that because I've looked online at girls doing makeup and what you do and put this on and that on, and it's
Mm-mm.
too much. And then at the end,
It's too much. I don't
yeah,
want that. I don't want no parts.
right, you look beautiful, but you don't look like you.
No, mm-mm. Absolutely not. And you don't. And so it's like you get used to seeing yourself like that until now you feel like you need that all the time and you don't feel beautiful without it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we focus on skincare and loving yourself and taking care of yourself from the inside, everything else
Mhm.
manifests on the outside.
Beauty is skin deep. Hey, hey, hey.
Hmm.
I want to
Hmm.
share with everybody where they can find you, Stevie. You're so wonderful. You see, I get this
Ah,
in the
thank
morning. I can
you.
get this at 6:20 a.m., 7 a.m.,
You
10
can get this as listen all
a.m.
day, every day.
Out there every day. Look at this. This is where you can find Stevie, as we talked about. Smart makeup. That's just all about Stevie and what she does. If you want to hire her as the makeup artist for your film or your not your television show because we're keeping her beyond the gates, but also for her skincare, for Smart Butter we were talking about, for the lather and all the smart. Go to smartbutter.com. And for that the beautiful colors of lipstick, smart underscore Lux. That's where you can see them on Instagram, but it's smartlux.com. Stevie, you have just been a blessing, wonderful,
Aw,
wonderful
thanks. This was
gift.
fun. I could talk to you all day and we'll laugh and have a good time. You know.
Having a good time. And What I ask all my guests before they go, you've shared so much,
Hmm.
but is there something that's on your heart that you would like to inspire us with?
Oh, that's a good one. Um, let's see. Hmm. Oh, that's a tough one because I feel like I'm always saying something. Um, in a world where everyone is trying to be something or find their niche or discover who they are in a world of make believe, authenticity is rare. So being true to yourself is is a big deal.
Mm, I love that. Thank you, because you are so, so right. Keeps us from stumbling over ourselves.
Hmm.
Well, my darling, I know you have an early morning. I'm so blessed that you were
Oh,
here with us,
yes.
here with us today. Everyone, you know where to find her. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on Friday.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. Thank you, Stevie.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I know, right? Isn't she fantastic? Isn't she amazing? She's so thoughtful and real. And let me tell you, Stevie is real when she said that she and her father will tell you what they think. Oh, Miss Stevie will. Oh, yes, she will. And you know what? I haven't found her to be too wrong about what she has said because she has said it from her heart. So many pearls of wisdom in what she shared tonight. I loved the last thing she said about being authentic. You know, there's such a big thing about what is your purpose in life? Who are you? And everyone trying to figure out what's my purpose and getting caught up in that question instead of what I think and what it sounds like Stevie thinks too is just be you. We don't come here cookie cutters. I know it has been said so much that everyone is a snowflake, but you know what? We really are. Sure, you might be similar to someone. You might even look like them, someone who's not your family. Wow, I met someone who kind of looks like me, kind of have the same hair texture. Wow, we have the same tastes and things, but let me tell you, no one is you but you. And knowing who you are, good, bad, and ugly, baby, because ain't nothing perfect in this world. Knowing who you are and loving you first, oh, that's powerful. Showing up when your mind says, oh, no, you don't need to be there, but your spirit says, oh, go. You're like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But if it comes to you, just go. I let me tell you, I've known so many people who've said I met my husband or my spouse that way so we can keep it open. And when I went to a party I didn't feel like going to. Or I made a left turn by mistake. I was supposed to make a right, but I made a left turn and I saw the person I was to fall in love with, or I found that apartment. This happened to me, you guys. The apartment that I really was looking for, that I ended up staying in for a long time. Or you meet someone in the grocery store, and you just strike up a conversation, and they're looking for someone like you for their business. I rented a house that I loved for years in Los Feliz, California. Beautiful, up in the hills. It was just a beautiful, beautiful small house. And I was at a cafe that I went by myself, and I was sitting there, and I lived in an apartment in Los Feliz. And this lovely couple walked in I hadn't seen in a while, and they said, how are you? Instead of saying I'm fine, I don't know why. This was spirit, but I said I'm looking for a house. I didn't say I'm fine. And the husband said, "Oh, I have a house for rent. Just came up for rent. Why don't you come look at it?" I ended up renting that house. You just never know what can happen if you just are you. You just do you every day, every moment of the day. I'm so glad you guys were here with us. And I want to now just share with you where you can find me. Here's my information. Iona Morris Jackson. I own a lot of gold. Yeah, that's where you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Iona Morris. TikTok, I'm not so much on that anymore, quite honest with you. And my website, Celeste Dreams, I'm rebuilding it. But right now, that's where you can find. And I want you to know where you can also find the show. The vision is possible. We're here every Wednesday night live, and there will be some Wednesdays when I will just upload a pre-recorded show because I may be working or I've interviewed a fabulous guest from across the pond, and I'm so excited about that happening. Introducing you to some international guests that will be joining us. So everyone, I'm glad you were here. Have a lovely rest of your week. Remember that your best friend is looking back at you in the mirror every day. And if that isn't your best friend, you need to work on that relationship. I love you all madly, Facebook. I love you all madly, YouTube. I love you all madly, Instagram. Have a lovely week.